Earlier today, I got into a little bit of a heated discussion with a coworker about some investment opportunities, and which are really great today. But he thinks he can time the market and do it a little bit better, and I'll let him have it that way. But I thought I'd make a video to address this kind of mentality. About 2 years ago, I was living in an apartment that I really wasn't allowed to live in the situation. He was not supposed to rent out a spare bedroom, the roommate I was living with, but we kind of illegally did that. I remember thinking I was like an illegal alien because I couldn't be spotted by anybody on the apartment. And eventually we both started getting warnings that this wasn't allowed, and we kind of denied it. I was only here to watch the Super Bowl, or I was only here to do something, or something like that. And eventually the landlord caught on, and one day as I was returning home, she confronted me and demanded I give her the keys. And I was okay with it. At the time I was also I had a car that I could live in, and it was pretty habitable. It was okay with it. The problem is that she demanded I move out so quickly, and she told me to call her on a certain day to pick up my stuff. I didn't want to deal with that trouble. I said, okay, let me move my stuff out right now. And so I moved everything into my car in like 20 minutes, and it became a mess. And to be honest, I'm kind of still dealing with the fallout from that mess. And the reason I'm trying to point out this story is that when something happens on somebody else's timetable, like when I was moving out, or I move out all the time from places, and I don't have trouble like that because it happens on my schedule. But when something happens on somebody else's timetable, like the moving out or trying to time the market, or whatever the case is, it's never going to turn out as you expect it to, is what I'm trying to point out. The other funny thing is, during the 2008 financial crisis, I was just starting to collect coins at the time, and I bought my first gold coin. And my classmate, I was working on my PhD at the time. My classmate was chiding me over how he thought he could time the market better than I could. And I looked at him, and he was eating a beef jerky, with all kinds of chemicals, MSG, trans fat, whatever. Trans fat was legal at the time. It's not legal anymore, but it probably had all sorts of bad stuff in it. I remember thinking, if you spend like $3 on that's a small silver coin you could buy right there. No need to time the market anymore and be healthier. All he had, 10 years later, all he has to show off for that beef jerky is probably some medical bills. He doesn't even get anything from it. Anyways, so thought I'd point out a little bit of a flaw to the logic there. Thanks for watching.